Hey everybody, you're watching Cadroll Hunter, and I've got $1,000 of Canadian Loonie coins, $1 coins to go through. And these Loonies are from the ARP program, Alloy Recovery Program. Is that going to be a good thing or a bad thing? We'll find out. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, this is James and you're watching my channel Cadroll Hunter. I went to the bank and I asked for a box of Loonies and I got one. That was great. When I got it home, I noticed that it is stamped ARP. So July 11th is when this was packaged up. Alloy Recovery Program. So many of you may know that the Royal Canadian Mint has a program that removes older coins from circulation where they are melted down essentially for their metal content, usually nickel or copper, and that funds the Mint's operations. So I don't know that I've ever come across an ARP box of Loonies before. Loonies prior to 2012 were made of nickel and bronze, 0.915 nickel, 0.8085 bronze. And after that, they were multiply plated steel. And so I suspect that we're not going to find anything old. I'd be surprised then if we get anything from 2011 or earlier. And Loonies, of course, were introduced in 1987. But I have to wonder, does that mean that we've got a better chance of getting some of the newer colorized commemoratives? If I don't have to look through a whole bunch of really worn down 1987s, is it possible that we're going to find some newer, interesting coins, potentially some colorized coins? That would be really cool. And if you're paying attention, the Royal Canadian Mint has just issued a brand new colorized Loonie, a commemorative Loonie with Lucy Maud Montgomery, the storied author of the Anne of Green Gables books. So she is a Canadian icon, and they've got a coin dedicated to her that is out there. Can we find one of these that are really just released recently? So I don't know if they would have been in circulation long enough to actually find their way in here, but you never know. We're going to crack into this box. We're going to see what we can find. So I've opened it up, and these are certainly wrapped in the ARP type wrappers, these machine rolls, but I'm seeing some older coins. This here is a 1992 commemorative. I see a 1987 over here. So perhaps the Loonies aren't really subject at all to the Alloy Recovery Program. They're just collected by the same facilities and organizations or companies that actually roll them up and put them back into circulation. So they might not be pulling all of the nickel and the bronze out of here. So we're just going to get into that first roll and see if we can find any cool stuff here. Anything that might be lower mintage, colorized, commemorative. We'll have a peek and we'll find out soon enough. Nothing in that first roll, but here's a shiny one I pulled out. That's a 2022. Of course, we're going to want to keep our eyes open for the 2023 and 2024 King Charles III. I haven't gotten any Loonies in circulation yet with the new King's obverse on there, so that's something we're hoping to find too. I am just a few coins in roll number 2, and we got a really gorgeous one. This is a 2005 Terry Fox commemorative, and this one we can look for a variety. There is the full grass, some grass, and no grass varieties. I'll put this under the scope and we'll get a closer look. There it is. The detail on this particular coin is actually incredible. When I scroll up, you can actually read Marathon of Hope on Terry Fox's shirt. He was endeavoring to run across Canada to raise money and awareness for cancer. And what we're looking for on this coin is the detail in the grass. And as they were using these dyes and polishing them up, there are some versions where all of the detail, the definition here in the grass is gone. This appears to be the full grass normal variety. It is a beautiful coin when we look at it in hand. I'm going to hold on to that one because I think this might be a great addition to someone's collection, if not an upgrade in my own. Now here's a $1 coin. It is featuring the common loon like most of the other ones, but this one in particular is an Olympic commemorative known as a lucky loonie. It says it right on the bottom left there. This is an Olympic commemorative, and this one's in pretty nice shape too. Roll number 4, and here's a fun one to find. It's a 2017 commemorating the 100th anniversary of the Toronto Maple Leafs NHL hockey team. Of course, back in 1917, they weren't known as the Toronto Maple Leafs. They were Toronto, known later as the Toronto Arenas. A couple of years later, they were renamed the Toronto St. Patrick's, and it wasn't until 1927 that they became the Toronto Maple Leafs. Roll number 5, I got another 2005 Terry Fox, but this one you can clearly see is the no grass variety, where that over polished dye here, all the detail on the grass is gone. This one is pretty circulated, so I'm not sure that I'll keep it, but I'll hold it aside for now. Still got some brightness, but you can see it is definitely been circulated. But we got that variety, and if you want to round out your collection, if you are into errors or varieties or interesting things like that, then you'll want to find this particular variety for sure. Roll number 6, there's a pretty grungy one here. Oh goodness, you can barely even make out any of the detail on the reverse here with the loon. And I'm not even sure if we would get a date off of that one. It's going back in any case. I've got roll number 7 here. When I flipped it around, look who I found. We've got King Charles III, a pretty nice looking 2023 Ender. I am re-rolling these in these wrappers because I don't have a lot of Looney wrappers, and we don't have coin machines around here where I could just dump them in easily. So I'm going to carefully open up this end. This is going to be the last coin in the roll to look at. Here's one with the modern obverse of Queen Elizabeth II, but there's no date on the obverse side. So we've got a commemorative, and it is a 2004 with the Olympic rings. I'll have to see if this might upgrade in my own collection. It's got a scratch I can see on the Queen's cheek, but it's still pretty bright. It hasn't turned dark yet, and I wasn't collecting in these early 2000s, not actively, and I have a whole lot of holes in my collection and some that really could use an upgrade. So I'll hold this one aside for now and I'll check, and if not, it'll go back. So there's our end coin, bright and shiny. I don't want to get too many fingerprints on it, but that's a really nice one. If I flip it over, there is Charles DG Rex 2023. That's a great find. So far, I've found the Looney, the Toonie, and the nickel. Still need a quarter and a dime. Very next roll, we found another one. I don't need to keep too many of these. They're not nearly as low mintage as we had thought they might be, but I'll hold on to a few at least for now, particularly if they're going to be in beautiful condition. Same roll, and we're going to get a 2023 commemorative. It features Queen Elizabeth II, and I haven't found this one in circulation. I already know what it's going to be. This is going to be the Elsie McGill. The question is it going to be the color or the non-color version? And it's the color. That's awesome. There is that aircraft there, Elsie McGill 2023. That's wicked. I don't have this one. Now we'll see if we can get the non-color version. That is an awesome find. Roll number 9 is going to give us an older Looney that looks to be in pretty nice condition. And this is a beautiful 1987 first year. A little bit of discoloration, but this one has been hanging around in somebody's piggy bank or drawer for a while because this is not what they typically look like when they're circulated. Roll number 10, we're going to get a low mint 2022 Oscar Peterson $1 coin. My last Looney box, it's been a while, was a real dud. We didn't find anything in there, and that's just the way coin roll hunting goes. But we're only a quarter of the way through this box, 10 out of 40, 10 rolls in, and we've already found all sorts of cool stuff. We've got King Charles, we've got color, we've got some beautiful coins, and now we've got a low mint commemorative. Now, we're not exactly keeping score this time, but there's our first Montreal Canadiens 2009 100th anniversary commemorative. Roll 17, and I just flipped this guy over to find the 2021 Color Klondike, our second colorized Looney of the box. That's awesome. Same roll. I know I said we weren't counting, but 2 unleafs. Roll number 19, and we are going to find another coin we haven't found yet. We're just at about the halfway mark, and there is the low mint Elsie McGill non-color version of the Looney. Check that out. In beautiful condition, that 2023. I'll set that aside. So we've got one of the color and one of the non-color, both of which are going into my collection. Well, here is something you got to check out. I'm in roll number 21, and I saw this bright, shiny, older Looney with minimal circulation. When I flipped it over, check it out. It's a 1999. This was not issued for circulation. This was only issued in sets. I'll have to check and see what the mintage is. It would be fairly limited mintage. I'll pull it up on Coins in Canada because the Charlton catalog doesn't even indicate the mintage. So I think I'm going to have to do more digging because neither the Charlton catalog nor Coins in Canada and not even Numista actually lists a mintage for the 1999 Loonies. So that we know was going to be a very hard one to find, but we found it right here. Somebody must have taken this out of a set and just dropped it in circulation, probably not all that long ago because it's still bright and shiny. And that's awesome. I'm pretty certain I don't have this, but we found it coin roll hunting. That is awesome. So here's what we can see in the Charlton catalog of standard coins. You can see that none of the Loonies from 97 to 2001 were issued for circulation. So 96 and before, or 2002 and after. That 1999, if it was an MS65, it would be a $9 coin. The problem with this, of course, is that they're all issued in sets. So almost every 1999 that's out there is going to be in pristine condition. Mine has some circulation wear, but as a coin roll hunter, this is a very valuable and rare find. It would be exceptionally hard to find one of these in circulation because they just weren't intended for circulation, unlike any of these other ones where millions were minted and released. The 1999 would be an awesome find. Any of these others that weren't intended for circulation would be really, really cool finds. In roll 23, I just flipped over this coin. I didn't really think much of it because it's pretty circulated. It's starting to turn dull. But when I flipped it over, of course, there is that bright blue. This is the Alexander Graham Bell commemorative colorized loonie. That's our third colorized loonie of this hunt. That is awesome. I don't know that I've actually had a loonie hunt where I found 3 colorized coins, not to mention we got some of the new King Charles III and a coin not intended for circulation. This has been a wicked box, and we still have 17 more rolls to go. Well, you just can't keep a good team down. It's 2-2 now. Roll number 29, we've got another low mintage, 2021 here. This is the Klondike Loonie with no color, the non-color version. This is minted at just 1 million. It's in pretty decent shape. I'll set that aside too. Another great find. Roll number 30, and there is our second L.C. McGill colorized loonie. Roll 31 here is another low mintage coin. This is the non-color Sir Alexander Graham Bell. That is really nice. Another one I hadn't yet found coin roll hunting. I got some of these in the Royal Canadian Mint Exchange, so I got some new beautiful coins right from the mint, but never have I found them coin roll hunting until today. Roll 33, we've got a pretty nice 1987 loonie, and we often find the 87s in decent condition because this was the first year of the loonie. I think a lot of people held on to them. They might not have been sure if the loonie would stick around. We weren't sure how the coins would be accepted, replacing the dollar bills. Soon enough, they were embraced, and probably over time, people who had held on to a loonie from 1987 probably just let it go back into circulation, but maybe not for some time, and that's why we find some nice ones out there from time to time. Roll number 34, we're going to have our second non-color L.C. McGill, and we got a few other shiny ones in here, so we can just check and see. Oh, got a really nice 2019 Equality, and I saw a couple of others in here. We'll take a peek at just a bright and shiny 2022. That is a beauty. And we'll see if there's anything else in here. You can see how trashy some of these are and how dull some of the older ones look. When you see that bright edge, it certainly makes you wonder if you've got something special. So we're now in roll 35 of our 40 roll box of loonies, and we've got our third limited edition commemorative non-colorized L.C. McGill. Roll 37 is a pretty nice looking Toronto Maple Leaf loonie to take the lead. Last roll of the box, roll number 50. Last chance to see if we can find any more goodies, though this box has been pretty good so far. Well, nothing doing in that last roll, so I will tidy things up and we'll be back for a little bit of a wrap-up of what we found in this pretty awesome box. All right, I've got all of our finds organized here, and this was actually my best box of loonies ever, which is pretty great. We got lots of great finds here, including a lot of color. We got some of these lower mintage commemoratives and colorized coins. We got 2 of the 2023 L.C. McGill in color and 3 non-color. I didn't have any of those, so I'm going to add those to my collection. I can pick the best of all of those. We got 1 each of the Alexander Graham Bell, a non-color, and a pretty circulated colorized one, but the color has held up really well. You can see that. We got the non-color Oscar Peterson and even the 2021 Klondike color and non-color. We got 2 of the 2023 King Charles III. We're on the lookout now for the 2024s. We know they're out there. I got a bunch of other nicer, older ones. I'm just going to check against my collection. I don't have some of these in the greatest condition. Got a beautiful Terry Fox 2005, including a no grass variety. So that's a great little pickup. Some other nicer ones here we found, including a couple of really nice 2022s. I might hold on to 1 or 2 of those. We'll see. But the find of this hunt is definitely this 1999, probably considered a proof like because this would have been only in mint sets. You can see it's got a really shiny finish, but it's been circulated. So somebody took it out of a set and we got it in circulation. And that's pretty awesome. We're going to look out for the 97, the 98, the 2000, the 2001. Those are also not intended for circulation. So those would be great additions to any collection. I hope you enjoyed this look at Canadian $1 coins, Loonies as they're called. If you did and you're not already subscribed to my channel, Cateroll Hunter, please click that button and subscribe. That way you'll find out when all of my new videos come out, and I have new videos coming out all the time. If you're a long-time subscriber and you really enjoy my videos, please click the join button below and consider buying a channel membership. That would really support the channel and I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, click the like button. That's the best thing you can do to help the channel grow and find more viewers. And I really appreciate you guys watching every single time. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again next time. The sponsors of today's video are Lighthouse Canada and the Charlton Press. Lighthouse Canada is the leading supplier of high-quality numismatic supplies in Canada, and the Charlton Press is the leading publisher of coin and paper money catalogs and price guides for Canadian collectors. Go check out their online stores today and use the exclusive discount code CRH20 for 20% off all your purchases.